Not often in politics do you see a party official come out and basically whine and cry about the fact that their opposition party is actually opposing them and criticizing them. It really shows the state of the Liberal Party that they expect that the Conservatives should be patting them on the back the way the legacy media does. Anyways, this is the Liberal House leader, Steve MacKinnon, coming out and basically saying that the Conservatives shouldn't be criticizing them and it's mean and it's rude. And why doesn't the opposition just tell us we're doing a great job? It was clipped by True North, so thanks for True North. But watch this, it's quite incredible.
To an election platform, like you want them to release what an election platform for the Conservatives would look like?
What a responsible opposition must do is obviously oppose. We understand that. We fully accept that. We're quite prepared for that. Happy to deal with it. But they must also propose solutions for Canadians, and I think Canadians are increasingly looking to Mr. Poilievre to stop with his daily hectoring that borders on the ridiculous and come with some concrete proposals that would actually make a difference for Canadians in their daily lives.
Rising and rising in the polls, it seems to be working for him, so are Canadians actually getting sick of it?
Canadians are absolutely telling me that they have no idea what Mr. Poilievre, that they're scared. I have constituents that come up to me every day and say, you have to stop this. We don't like this creeping right-wing extremism that we're seeing coming in from the United States. We don't like this kind of populist, angry conservatism. What we're looking for are proposals. What I want to hear as a citizen is something that's going to make my life better.
Okay, three things on this. One, asking your opposition to stop criticizing you or opposing you as the opposition's entire job entails is very pathetic. Never do it. You look embarrassing. This is, of course, Steve MacKinnon, the guy from that Mark Garrettson last year's, like the end of the year press conference they did that was wildly embarrassing. Anyways, that's number one. Don't ask your opposition not to oppose you. It looks really dumb. And then two, he's like, well, why doesn't Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives come with constructive, piece of legislation or ideas that could really help out Canadians? Steve, the Conservatives keep proposing different cuts that the Liberals could make to spending to lower inflation. They have proposed multiple times. They were holding up all of your legislation at the end of the year last year in order to get the carbon tax paused on all home heating for 3 years. They didn't even ask for the entire carbon tax to be paused wholesale. They asked for very little that would help everyone, and you guys criticized them, whined and complained, and said that they're racist, sexist, homophobes who hate Ukraine and all this stuff. You guys could have actually done something to help Canadians. Poilievre constantly talks about the different tax cuts, regulatory cuts that could be made, the different wasteful spending that could be removed, different pieces of legislation that are hurting Canada's economy that the Liberals have in place, all the stopping the pipeline type legislation and the Bill C-48 or 69 that stops like oil and gas from being able to be shipped off our west coast, all this stuff. The Liberals do not actually care about any constructive legislation ideas. And even the media in that clip, as a sort of an addendum to point number two, even they're like, well, it's working for Poilievre to just criticize you to go up in the polls. Even, guys, Poilievre has not just been criticizing. Poilievre has resorted to just criticizing because the Liberals will not actually accept any constructive criticism or any just good ideas that they could maybe pass in the House in order to make Canada a better place to live for Canadians. We've tried, and now we are just criticizing because there's nothing left to do. And now, point three, I always love it when politicians supposedly have one of their constituents or some random member of the public walk up to them and say, Mr. MacKinnon, can you stop the evil, MAGA, racist, right-wing conservatives in Canada? Pierre Poilievre reminds me of Donald Trump and everything else that the Liberal Party has tried to accuse him of being. Nobody actually talks like this in real life. No one walks up to Liberals and just spouts liberal talking points back to them. Will you stop the crazy far-right MAGA-style conservatives? Nobody said that. The only people saying that are the Liberal Party's communications team, because no one thinks that the Conservatives and Pierre Poilievre are far-right. That's just a stupid liberal talking point. Maybe this is why the Conservatives are just criticizing you these days and not trying to help you on legislation, because you guys are insufferable. You guys are basically accusing them of being evil, bigoted people, and you're like, but why won't they come and help us on legislation? Because you guys are awful. because you're horrible human beings to talk to. You guys are just obviously not doing things in the best interest of Canadians, and then criticizing other people for not helping you ramp up inflation. The only thing that the Liberals think helps the economy is spending more. Literally, our budget in 2014, 2015, our budget was $249 billion. For the 2024 fiscal year, the Liberals are proposing a budget of around $449 billion. Do we really think that we need to almost 100% increase our budget in a 10-year period? No, that's ludicrous. But, the Liberals think that somehow we're going to be able to get out of this inflation spiral by burning more money. Although literally burning money would actually help. I mean it in the sense that just spending on stupid stuff. Ugh. Anyways, that's it for me today. I've had enough of Liberal Party terrible communication strategies. So I will go back off into the woods where I came from to recover from this. Anyways, just letting you know, I have the National Telegraph legal fund in the description below, the link to the Give, Send, Go. We are being sued by a Chinese billionaire. He has no evidence we've said anything defamatory about him, but he's just throwing money at us, hoping that he could get a stupid fake apology out of us to make it seem like everything that everyone says about him is false. We literally reported stuff about him that other people had reported more than 2 years before us, far bigger publications, but he's pretending that we are the originators of the information, and also he can't even prove that the information isn't true, because it's not. It is indeed true. Whatever. Anyways, if you want to donate to that, it really helps us out. And then also, Wyatt Claypool, I'm running for the Calgary Signal Hill Conservative Party nomination. So if you live in the riding, buy a membership, sign up on the website in the description below, wyattclaypool.com. There's a membership links there, and then you can also get on the email list. And even if you don't live in the riding and you want to help out, you can also donate if you live in Canada by going to the donation link on the website. And it's an e-transfer. You just have to give your information so that we can properly file it. But that's how that works. So if you live here, if you don't live here, if you live here, buy a membership. If you don't live here, see if you know someone in the area who has a membership, or donate, or just tell people about the campaign. Really helps out. And anyways, that should be it for me today. Sorry for the rambling endings to these videos, but that's just how I operate. I'll see you guys next time.